If you have a choice between the power to go back into the past or the power to predict the future, most people would choose the power to predict the future. However, nobody pays huge sums of money to fortune tellers because deep down they understand that nobody can really predict the future. But what happens if you receive in your mailbox a report which analyzes the market situation, concluding that the market is going to go up the next month? Well, if you're like most people, you would throw that report into the dustbin. What happens if the next month comes and the market really went up? Well, it could be a coincidence. If you receive a second report telling you that the market is going to go down, and indeed the market went down, it could still be a coincidence. But what happens if you receive 6 correct predictions in a row? Would you still think that that's a coincidence? Well, most of the people in this scam, which I'm going to talk about, fell for it after about 6 correct predictions. But the moment they forked out thousands and thousands of dollars to pay for the next prediction, all these predictions started going wrong. Why is this so? To understand that, we have got to take the viewpoint of the con artist. What he did was, he got a huge mailing list of about 10,000 people. He then went on to write 2 reports, Report A and Report B. Report A would argue that the market will go up, and Report B argues that the market will go down. He then sent half of the people on the mailing list Report A, and the other half he would send Report B. When the results came out, half of the recipients of his report would have obtained the correct prediction, while the other half got the wrong prediction. He filtered out those who received the wrong prediction and stopped contacting them. He focused on the 5,000 who received the correct prediction. He then went on to write a new Report A and a new Report B with its predictions. He then randomly sent out half of them Report A and half of them with Report B. And when the results came out again, 2,500 of those recipients would have received 2 correct predictions in a row. He then went on to split the group into half, every time eliminating those who received the wrong prediction. So before long, he would have a small but sizable group of people on his mailing list who have received like 6 consecutive correct predictions. Now, some of them, of course, fell for it after the 3rd correct prediction, but most of them fell after the 6th correct prediction. It cannot be a coincidence. That's how they saw it. But as we can see from the viewpoint of the con artist, it's almost a certainty that a small group of people within that mailing list would eventually receive only the correct predictions, and many times. Actually, the ability to predict the future is not very different from the ability to go back to the past and change things. If I could go back to the past, I would buy up all my Google stocks, I would invest in Apple stocks, in Amazon stocks when nobody wanted them. This technique of creating certainty in an uncertain, random world is actually adopted by many statisticians, unethical research scientists, by investment gurus, politicians, and even some religious personalities. So the next time you receive 6 correct predictions in a row, think about this technique of elimination. Don't assume that this person has superpowers.